And we are live. Sunday Service, episode number 19. Can you believe it? We're almost at 20. We got a lot to talk about. Last night or last afternoon, UFC Abu Dhabi. Pretty decent card overall. I ain't gonna lie. But overall, I mean, all the V's won. All the V's won, which is not a shock by any means. And I cannot believe we're trying to get on Twitter. Required to create live broadcasts. Oh, looks like I got to upgrade to Premium X. That sucks. Well, either way, we got the YouTube and we got the IG. How we doing, people? Sunday service has just started. Save that. There we go. I'm producing and running the show today. How we doing? Hey, drive the free picks hit? Absolutely, they did. Did you expect them to lose? Sometimes they do. But we hit the many men parlay. Gotta love that. Absolutely gotta love that. But yeah, enough about the bets. UFC Abu Dhabi. Umar Nurmagomedov, brother. For all the people, I might have to pull it up. For all the people that were telling me that Corey Sandhagen was going to go in there and beat Umar Nurmagomedov. Where are they now? Where are they now? This whole talk about Corey Sandhagen is just this absolute killer. He's going to go in there and he's going to fraud check Umar. Are we kidding? He didn't look like he wanted to fraud check him. He looked like he didn't want to go in there and get submitted. Let's just keep it a buck, man. Big performance in the main event from Umar. Co-main event. Let me tell you, Sharapud Magomedov. I still think he's a fraud, man. I still think he's a fraud. Obviously a good kickboxer, but I still think he's a fraud. Featured bout? We had Chito Vera. I got a lot of shit to say about Chito Vera. Let's just say that. Holy, that dude is frustrating. Tony absolutely blew it again. The dude really stood no chance. I might end up going in on Tony because I've been going in on Tony for a while, so why stop now? Sure, you can be like, oh, God, Tony, thank you for all the memories. Thank you. Love you. Hope you come back. But, like, bro, there's a time when you just got to stop kissing people's asses, and you got to tell it to them straight because there's nobody telling him it straight. There's nobody is. And if they are, I guess he's just that delusional that he keeps coming back because it looks bad. It looks bad with Tony. A couple other good performances. Dern got a win. Joel Alvarez looked pretty damn good. Very, very excited for what he does in the UFC. Pretty cool stuff that he's putting together. And the prelims were pretty decent. We're going to go over the card, recap it, talk about it, get the chats in here, see what the chat wants to talk about. But appreciate y'all for joining on the Sunday nights. We got Colostrum in the chat. I am turned up, brother. Trust me. I was surprised to see Corey gas out like that. He usually has good cardio. I don't think he gassed, bro. I really don't think he gassed. What up, Paul? How we doing, brother? Chef Pendy, what up? In the IG chat, how we doing? What do you think Makayev will do? Coming from Tkuda12 in the IG chat. What do I think Makayev will do? I think Makayev will probably go. I honestly saw this. I saw that Karate Combat reached out to him or they're interested in him. I think that would be a smart thing for him to do. Go to Karate Combat, get some fights under your belt, stay active. But at the same time, maybe he doesn't want to be in Karate Combat because he might lose. But, I mean, they could just match him up really lightly and just get him wins just so that he's still in the news and everything. I absolutely shat the bed this weekend. Don't think I did, brother. That's just fake news, my guy. Big fake news. I'm not going to lie. If I did shat the bed, I would tell you. Big W this week on the bets. Yes, sir. We made some coin. Can't be upset about it. Only one underdog came through the entire card. I think the last time I remember that happening was UFC 298 when all the favorites had won until it came to Volk, and then Volk got sent to the Shadow Realm. And Topuria was the only underdog to cash on that card. The only underdog to cash on yesterday's card was Sam Hughes, bro. Women's MMA. Can't go wrong with a women's MMA underdog. Did Dern get a win, though? Did Sam Hughes really win? Did Tyler really win in the PFL? Those 3 fights, close fights, Scrooby this week. Yeah, bro. It's close women's MMA fights. Like, bro, could go either way. It really can. Corey was gassed bad in the 5th round and just accepted defeat. You could see it in his face when he was on the ground. Bro, I don't think he did. I don't think Corey gassed out. I really don't. I think he was just there, not really sure what to do because Umar had just basically defended everything that he was doing, and Umar was hitting him with everything. So I think Corey was just mind fucked, bro. Corey ain't got the dog in him. Let's just keep it a buck, man. He ain't got no dog in him. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about UFC 308 announcements. Topuria and Holloway, Robert Whitaker, Shamaev, Cyril Gane, Alexander Volkov, Lerone Murphy, Dan Ige, Magomed Ankalaev, Alexander Rakic. That's a stacked card. Holy shite, dude. I'm looking at that right now. That is an insane card. Absolutely insane. And now my computer is frozen. Let's hope I'm not frozen. Everyone, okay, we're back. Tony coming back. Next fight, saying he went 208 rounds this time. Bro, I got some real shit to say about Tony. Let's just say that. Shara was landing some nasty elbows from the bottom. I was like, dang. Did he? I don't know. I'll say this. The Wi-Fi at the studio yesterday was going out, so we had to watch it on like an iPad sometimes. We got it onto the TV sometimes, but it was rough. It was rough watching there. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's get into the main event from last night. Oh, God, that 308 card is crazy. Main event, man. Here's the thing, and maybe I want to pull up. Maybe I'm gonna pull up my post saying Umar's gonna win, and let's just read some comments, bro. Let's just read some comments. We're going to pull this up. I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully it'll allow me to. Look at that. Look at that. Can I make this bigger? If you can read that. All right, so here's my video, right? Corey, cousin Umar is the truth. Get all the bets. This dude says, Corey gonna laugh at you while you watch your money disappear. Betting off a last name is crazy worked. Didn't this go the other way around last time? Let's talk about the last OV main event. Whitaker made it look like light work. Don't trust him. Bet on Corey Sandhagen him off. Sandman. Might take Sandman. Good money. Sorry, going with Corey Sandhagen MMA. Let's go, Corey. I think Corey can beat him. I go with Corey. Crazy, bro. And this dude says your picks are trash most times. You cost me money with PFL parlay last night. Bro, it's a 6-leg parlay. Get off my nuts. Let's just say this, boys. Corey Sandhagen's overrated. Corey Sandhagen is overrated. Yes, he is very good. Yes, he can beat a lot of guys. But when it comes down to it, Corey Sandhagen is a very skilled, technical, and thought-out fighter. But he's not a real dog when it comes down to it. Like, Corey Sandhagen could have won that fight. I'm not even joking with you. Corey Sandhagen could have won that fight if he just went for it. Because he was having success against Umar in the first round, in the second round, even had moments in the third round. If you told me Corey Sandhagen was going to stuff majority of Umar's shots and not get held down for more than 10, 20 seconds at a time, I'm telling you, Corey Sandhagen should win that fight. There's no doubt about it. Corey Sandhagen should win that fight. But it came down to it, and Corey was looking gun shy. And he let Umar Nurmagomedov just build confidence into the fight to the point where Umar was piecing him up in rounds 2, 3, and 4. And 5. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy to me that people can look at a guy like Corey Sandhagen. Corey can even talk about it himself, about how he wants to go in there and he wants to hurt people. He wants to kill them. It's like it's life or death. He's just going to go in there and he's going to try to murder people. And then he goes in there and he's like, all right, throw a couple leg kicks, dance around the outside, stuff a takedown, maybe throw a little left hook. Not throwing any type of combinations together, not really hurting Umar at any point, not doing anything to make Umar start to question himself other than stuff the takedowns. Didn't make him pay for anything. Wasn't really trying to hurt him that bad. Like, the dude's really just sitting at range leg kicking. And yeah, there were good leg kicks. I thought there were really good leg kicks in round 1. And I'm like, holy shit, if Corey can keep this moving forward, then he might be able to really bust up those legs of Umar, and then it could help him down the road. But then he just like stopped throwing the leg kicks very hard. He started to just dance around the outside. And I'm like, bro, we've seen this before. Corey's good everywhere. Corey's a very, very skilled fighter. But it comes down to it, and it almost seems like Corey is so good of a fighter, but once you reach the level where you need some type of God-given talent, that ain't him. We saw it against Petr Yan. We saw it last night against Umar Nurmagomedov. And we saw it against Aljo. It's just what it is, bro. It's just what it is. And on the other side, Umar, I thought Umar looked okay. Like, he looked really good. But you expect him to be, or at least I expected him to make it look a lot easier. Now, he arguably 50-45 them, so maybe I'm being a little bit hard on him. But I thought he would have a lot more success with the wrestling. But the fact that he was still able to stand and strike with Corey and outstrike him on the feet, I think that says a lot about how far he's going to go in the division. Because if you could stand and outstrike a guy like Corey and make Corey hesitant to do anything, that's going to go pretty far. Because, yes, Corey is very good. I'm not trying to say Corey sucks, but the notion that I was getting before this fight when I said that Umar was going to win is like, dude, you're crazy. You're crazy. Corey's got this easy. Corey's going to make him look like a fraud. No, if anything, Umar made Corey look like a fraud. Straight up. Corey probably going to go home and be pissed at himself if he watches that back and see how he fought. Because it didn't really look like he went in there to try to kill him. It looked like he went in there to like not get finished in a big fight against a scary dude. Looked like he went in there to hold his own and walk away with a 5-round decision loss. This was just crazy to me. This was crazy. Because Corey obviously ain't trying to wrestle the entire fight. He's not trying to wrestle. He wants to strike. And then he's getting outstruck for 4 out of the 4 rounds. We get into the 5th round. Corey, you need a finish, bro. And he's out there looking for a takedown. What does that tell you? Umar literally made Corey Sandhagen into a wrestler. That's bad. And the fact that Corey needed a finish and he thought, yeah, let's get a takedown. What? That must be fucking Trevor Whitman in the corner telling him the exact wrong thing to do so that he could see his fighter lose. That was another thing, too. It's like, dude, Corey's been training with Trevor Whitman, bro. Corey's been training with Trevor. He's going to be ready. Like, he's got Whitman in his corner. That really don't mean shit, bro. I'm just it don't mean shit anymore. Like, yeah, there was a time where Whitman had the best of the best, but that's a time that'll never be replicated. Never. It's just he doesn't train that many guys, for one. And he had 3 of the best fighters at the time. Whitman's a good coach, for sure. For sure. But just because a guy's getting coached by another guy doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean he's going to win. They're both striker cherry-picking weight bullies who avoid anyone with elite wrestling. Please elaborate. I don't know what that means. And name some names. Who's there? Trevor told him to go for a heel hook in the last round. What? You gotta be okay. I'm pretty sure that's not accurate. I think you're just trolling, but that is hilarious. If it's true, even if it's not true, that's just hilarious. But Umar should get the next title shot. I think he deserves it. Bro just beat Corey Sandhagen without many hiccups. If you give him anybody other than the champion at this point, you're pretty much just delaying the inevitable. He's gonna beat anybody else. Nobody's gonna beat him unless it's the champ. He just beat the number 2 guy. So you could say all this Dagestani privilege and whatever, but he went out there and he 50-45 Corey, made it look pretty easy. And if you give him anybody else, you're just delaying the inevitable. You're eventually going to give him a title shot. Just beat the second best guy. So it is what it is. Oh, Darren Mack, Khabib, and all the Dagestani fighters. So you're referring to, they're both striker cherry-picking weight bullies who avoid anyone with elite wrestling. I mean, who else would you give them? If you ask a lot of people, Corey Sandhagen would have been the hardest test for him outside of the champion. It ain't like he just fought the 6th-ranked guy, or it ain't like he took on Cheeto. It ain't like he fought Cheeto and then he's going to get a title shot. He beat Corey. Corey's good. Corey's been around the top for a long time. I don't think that's a cherry-picked fight by any means. Figgy versus Yan, yeah, bro. I want to see that really bad. Islam said Bilal ruined his double champ plans. Why so? Because he has elite wrestling and could possibly stuff your takedowns. You're just not going to move up and try for the belt now. Yeah, beat Darren. Islam helped Bilal train for Leon Edwards. They are training partners. They've trained together for a long time. So obviously he's not going to go and try to take Bilal's belt from him. That's not he's not saying that because he doesn't think he could beat Bilal. He's saying that because he's trained with him and he's not going to try to take the belt away from his training partner and his good friend. That's like when Kamaru didn't want to move up to 185 when Izzy was the 185 champion. He's like, nah, I'm going to stay at 170. And he actually mentioned moving up to light heavyweight just to skip it because he's not going to fight Izzy for a belt when they're friends and they don't want to take the belt away from each other. Shout out to Davison for cashing the takedown prop in the first round, then going 2 for 12. Bro, he literally got his first 2 takedowns. The first 2 that he attempted, I think he got. And then he didn't get a single one after that. That was crazy. But yeah, shout out to Davison, bro. Shout out Davison and Umar for the takedown picks. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Bro, Umar's line, I'll let you know, brother. Umar's line was 4.5, and he got it in the 5th round with 2 minutes left. I didn't play it, but my boy PD did play it, and he was sweating it. So he got 5 takedowns. His 5th takedown with 2 minutes left in the fight. I mean, who would Islam be? Who would be Islam's opponent at lightweight? Because Armin still hasn't made his anti-bullying video. Well, Islam's hurt, so he's probably not going to fight till next year. He's got a ligament tear or something in his hands. Prediction for the super fight: the Pirate and Diaz. Well, why don't we talk about the Pirate, man? Because that's the co-main. The Pirate, Umar Nurmagomedov is a kick merchant. Let's just keep it 100. And I honestly thought Shara had a chance to get knocked out in this fight because, one, Ola Shaychek is a freaking zombie. He will take all the punishment and just keep moving forward, and he's going to keep hucking bombs. And in the first round, when he caught him with that left hand, and Shara got dropped. Shara got dropped in that first round, and the announcers, the commentators, didn't really say shit about it. I was like, bro, he literally just dropped him. You're not going to say anything? Like, they didn't go, whoa, or they didn't go like, oh my God, he dropped him. He caught him with a big left hand, and Shara was rocked. And I thought Shara might start to slow down. I was impressed with Shara's cardio, and I was impressed with his ability to keep up a pace like that, because Oleksiejczuk was moving forward the entire time, and Shara was fighting off his back foot, hitting elbows, hitting knees, hitting kicks. And you can obviously tell the guy's very, very talented as a striker. And I wanted to see how his chin would hold up, because Oleksiejczuk hit him with some good shots, and we can obviously see Shara has a pretty good chin. But the fact that he was getting taken down by Oleksiejczuk, getting hit a lot by Oleksiejczuk, that says a lot. Bro, this decision bet. I'm so pissed because I was going to bet it because I'm like, Oleksiejczuk's so damn tough. And I literally said it. If you watch my vlog, I said it right when the fight started because Matty had Shara by KO. And I'm like, no, if Shara wins, he's winning by decision. He won by decision. And of course, I didn't bet it. So that sucked. But yeah, bro, it was an interesting performance for Shara. Not an easy fight. Never an easy out. Paulie, you read my mind, brother. Can we get Pyra versus Kopylov? Two hard-hitting Russians. That was the matchup I had made. I think I made it after his last fight. But I wanted to make it again. I put the matchups together. Maybe I'll put it on the screen here if I can pull it up. Of all the main card fights, who should be next? And you guys have already said two of them. Shara versus Kopylov is one of them. And Figgy versus Jan is another one. O'Malley walks Umar. I mean, I think O'Malley could knock out anybody. He could knock out literally anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. Oh, dude, Cody Fluffy would absolutely smoke Shara Magomedov, straight up. Shara's a good striker, but he was struggling with wrestlers. His takedown defense is bad. Yeah, it's terrible. 3-or decision was lovely. Oh my God. Yeah, that should have been absolute money. You think the next card going to be a little tougher to bet because it looks kind of weak? Sometimes those are the ones that aren't bet on as much, so you can get better lines. Good fight, but they are rebooking Kopylov and Ferreira. That sucks. I had a terrible card. Thought it would be a good one to play some underdogs. Bro, the underdogs were not barking last night. The dogs were not barking. All right, let's talk about Figgy and Cheeto. So if you watch my YouTube videos, I put out a video of like the top 10 most overrated fighters in the UFC, and I think Cheeto was like number 2 or 3. But somehow I still found myself betting on Cheeto in this spot. Why? Because I thought Cheeto would be able to hit Figgy because Figgy's there to be hit. And I didn't think Figgy's wrestling would be I didn't think it would be to the point where Cheeto couldn't overcome it. So I thought he'd probably get some takedowns, but I didn't think it would be to the point where he would just wet blanket him for 3 rounds. So I thought Cheeto would be able to hold his own. And I thought, coming off of an embarrassing loss against Sean O'Malley, that, maybe Cheeto would let his hands go. Maybe Cheeto would realize this is a 3-round fight. Maybe he would start to throw some strikes instead of just getting hit. And what I realized when I'm watching this fight is there's a reason that Cheeto's never been finished. Okay, there's a reason Cheeto's never been knocked out. There's a reason he's never been submitted. Because this dude is all defense. This dude is just sitting there waiting to defend your shots. He ain't throwing shit. He ain't throwing anything. He's just standing there. Cover up, walk forward, leg kick, cover up, walk forward, get in your face and not do a damn thing about it. Loses the first round, gets taken down, tries to land a knee when Figgy's shooting for a takedown, gets taken down. We get into the second round. Cheeto's starting to come on a little bit. I thought Cheeto won round 2, or at least I was hopefully won round 2. So I thought it's 1-1. 1-1 going into the third round, and I'm like, 1-1 going into the third, Third round should be Cheeto's best round, right? Because he's a guy that builds into the fight. He picked up some good momentum into round 2. He should probably be able to win round 3. And he comes out flat. Finally lands a big shot. Finally lands that big shot that he always does. Or tends to, at least. Finally lands the big shot. And then he's going for it. And bang! Figgy cracks him with the right hand. Gets sat down by a freaking flyweight, bro. A flyweight. Cheeto is cooked, bro. He's cooked. There's just no chance. No chance in my life that I will ever bet on this guy ever again. Nor will I just can't. I just can't, bro. I just can't. I'm even the one that's been saying Cheeto is overrated. But I thought this was a winnable fight for him. And he could have won it. He could have won it. The most frustrating thing is he could win fights. He can win fights. He could have won that fight yesterday if he just threw some output. Just throw. Go in there and fight. Go in there and fight. Bite down on your mouthpiece. Go for something, bro. You're just going in there waiting for this fight to be an hour long. Bro, you got 15 minutes to work. That's it. The final bell's going to ring and you're going to be left there. Oh, I'm not tired. Oh, I didn't get hit with anything good. Well, yeah, you didn't do shit the entire fight. I don't even know what to do with this dude. Like, seriously, how can you have 33 fights going into that and still fight that way? How? Somebody needs to get into his head. Like, how is this something? His coaches, are they doing something about this? It's unbelievable, bro. It's unbelievable. I can't believe how bad Cheeto just consistently looks in spots where he just needs to just get going. Just get going, Cheeto. Just get going. And he doesn't do anything. It's crazy. Unbelievable. How does he have the most bantamweight finishes? Is beyond me, Cheesemaster 420. It's beyond me. I don't know. So overrated. When he throws, it's with lethal intent, just so low volume. Yeah, it's like maybe 4 or 5 punches / kicks around that he's like really trying to hurt you. Other than that, he's just sitting there. You know what it is? Just bet Cheeto. I actually had the bet on the over 2.5, which was, I still made some money on the fight, but I did lose the Cheeto money line bet. Just bet the over 2.5, man, because Cheeto ain't going for it, and Cheeto ain't gonna get finished because he's just sitting there taking shots. Sorry, I'm late. Hey, what up, James? How we doing, Shama? I don't know about Cheeto. Sorry, Sea Snake. I'm sorry, brother. Sorry. Figgy, on the other hand, he's got to fight Petr Yan. He's got to fight him. That's the fight to make. Absolutely. Because, at the time, Figgy was a champ at 125. Petr Yan was a champ at 135. That was a matchup that was intriguing. They got to make it now. If they don't make it now, it's never going to happen. Divas and Figueiredo taking on Petr Yan. Gimme. You hope Umar destroys the LGBTQ leader. Oh, Sally. Wow, that is a savage comment from JuiceMan562. Savage. Cheeto 2.0. My ass. Yeah, for real, bro. For real. Oh, next fight brings us to Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson. Let me tell you this. I stopped feeling bad for Tony after he lost to Nate Diaz. And at that point, it was 4 losses in a row. Right? So he had lost to Gaethje. Actually, it was 5. He lost to Gaethje. He lost to Charles. He lost to Beneil. He had lost to Chandler. And then he loses to Nate Diaz in a fight where he probably should have won, bro. If you're losing to Nate Diaz in MMA in 2023, 2, I think it was. Not a good look, especially getting submitted by a guillotine. If you remember, Tony was put in some of the nastiest submissions ever by Charles Oliveira. Didn't tap. And then he gets put into a guillotine by Nate Diaz, and he taps. In round 4, he taps. And right then and there, I'm like, this ain't Tony anymore, bro. He should probably retire. And he goes out there against Bobby Green. Gets brutalized. And gets tapped out with like 4 seconds left in the 3rd round. And I'm like, somebody needs to step in because Tony is not there anymore. Somebody needs to step in and save this man from himself. He should not be fighting anymore. And then he comes back against Patty. And this is what Tony does every time. He finds some type of narrative to go in there with to where he can kind of sell himself that he's going to go in there and things are going to be different. This time against Michael Chiesa, it was that like, oh, I got back into sparring. I got some good sparring rounds in. I haven't been sparring in a long time. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to make him hurt and I'm going to tire him out. I'm going to win. The time before that, it was training with David Goggins. It was like, bro, I've never pushed myself this far. I feel so confident going into this. There's always something that he's trying to sell himself on when he goes into these fights. It's 8 losses in a row, bro. And the scariest thing about this is people, and when I say people, I mean people on social media. I don't have the sources to say people around him, but I'm seeing what I'm seeing on social media, and it's all love. All love for Tony. I saw a tweet today that said Tony's 8-fight loss streak is more impressive than his 12-fight win streak. And his reasoning behind that is because when you're losing, it's tough to keep going. It's tough to get out of bed every day and get back to work. It's tough to keep showing up. Sorry, bro, but I've seen a lot of people lose 8 fights in a row. I've seen a lot. There's a dude out there named Jay Ellis that I think has lost like 150 times. He keeps showing up. You know why? Because it ain't hard to show up when it's the only way that you're going to get paid. Because you got to go out there and you got to show up. And at this point, Tony's going out there just to get paid. Because he probably gets paid a lot. He's going in there. I mean, last night, if Tony's just going to go in there and to get paid, I prefer it to be what he did last night. Just get taken down, get choked out in the 1st round. Don't take the 3-round beating from Bobby Green and then get choked out unconscious with like 4 seconds left. If you're going to go in there and get paid, go in there and get subbed by Michael Chiesa in the 1st round. But, bro, people online, they need to stop, bro. They need to stop treating Tony like this isn't a problem, bro. He's literally just showing up for paychecks, and I hope it's that case. I hope it is. Because he's just going in there. There's no chance he's going to win. The odds makers literally had him as the biggest underdog of his entire career. Last night was Tony Ferguson's biggest underdog line in his entire career. And it was against a 36-year-old Michael Chiesa who had lost 3 fights in a row. A guy that hadn't won a fight since 2020. And he was the biggest. The odds makers were saying this is the fight he's most likely to lose against Michael Chiesa. At this point in time, Tony Ferguson is the most washed fighter I've seen in a long time. At least Andrei Arlovski is going out there, arguably winning. It's nuts. And then you see people online that just suck his nuts. It's like, yeah, he had a great run in the UFC, but now he's on a very bad run. We can't keep reminding him of the great run that he has. Because once you keep reminding him of the great run that he has, he's going to want to get back to that run. And until he says he's officially retired, we should not keep letting him go on. Or we shouldn't at least encourage him to keep going. Because that's what people are doing, man. It's ridiculous. I stopped feeling sorry for him a long time ago. You just want to have some fun on the prelims before calling it? Go ahead then. Go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, like, who can you match him up with at this point? Should they just they should make the Nick Diaz fight, bro. Like, I honestly want to see if Nick Diaz would be like a big favorite over him or not. That's a fight they should have made in the first place. Nick Diaz and Tony Ferguson. But outside of Nick Diaz, who the hell do you get him? And maybe that's a slap in the face to Nick Diaz, bro. Like, straight up. I don't know. It's a bad look for Tony, bro. It's a real bad look. Tony versus BJ Penn. BJ Penn. No, not another one. Not another one that went down the drain, bro. Oh, God. I mean, I don't think Nick Diaz has won a fight in like 10 years or something like that. It's crazy. Shut up. Stop it, Paul. Stop that right now. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, man. Tony. I mean, honestly, I said I stopped feeling bad for this guy after he lost to Nate Diaz. And then I guess I'm still a little bit pissed about how people go about it now. But at this point, I'm like, shit, man. I mean, I'll take him fighting in the UFC, man. I'll just bet the other side. Just bet the other side. Maybe we get to 10 losses in a row. Who knows? Maybe we do. It's not a knock on Tony it's not a knock on Tony as a fighter in his career. It's just a knock on how people treat him now. You need to treat him for what he is now. You can't treat him for what he was 6 years ago. Okay, that's not what he is. Yes, we can remember and we can give him props for everything he did on that 12-fight win streak. But right now, we got to be in reality. You got to live in reality sometimes, boys. Crazy stuff. Tony versus Lee. Both at their ends? What are you talking about, Trap House? Andrea Lee? Andrea Lee? BJ Penn's running for the Hawaii governor? I think he might win. I have no idea, but I know he's super popular in Hawaii. Let's move on. We got Mackenzie Dern and Lupe Godinez. Let me tell you this, boys. I am unbelievably disappointed. I am so disappointed. I shouldn't even say that. I'm not disappointed, but I'm baffled at how many pictures and videos I had to see this weekend of Mackenzie Dern. Okay? Y'all are some freaky creatures. Just because a women's MMA fighter has a good body does not mean you have to post it on your social media 4-5 times. Nor does it mean that every media outlet has to post the same video. Are we serious, boys? She's just a woman. That's all it is. Y'all need to get this shit together. Maybe we need some regulation on this, okay? If I have to see 50 plus posts of Mackenzie Dern, I want to see 50 plus posts of Verna Jandiroba. Okay, why have I never seen Verna Jandiroba in Top Control? Nobody ever posts pictures of Verna Jandiroba freeze framed in Top Control. Okay, I want some equality. I want some equality because the amount of traction that everyone has bestowed upon Mackenzie Dern, it's just not fair. Give some love to Verna. Give some love to Chi Wee Wee. For real, boys, though, I'm serious. If you're in this chat, instead of feeding into these posts of Mackenzie Dern weighing in and commenting, oh my God, the cameraman deserves a raise. Cameraman really got this one. Really got this one. Bro, just fucking chill, okay? She's just a woman. She don't give a shit about you. Okay, she really doesn't even care if you're alive or not. She does not care. All she's doing is just doing her thing. And this ain't a knock on Mackenzie. Okay, this is a knock on the people putting all this content out. It's like, bro, you're posting like basically soft porn. You're posting soft porn out there to a bunch of MMA fans, and you're benefiting off it for views and clicks. Congratulations, bro. You're a level down from a porn productions company. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Just chill. Chill. Go outside. Like, go for a walk or something. Put the phone down. And just because you see it, boys, just because you see, let me just tell you this. Just because you see it on your timeline, because I don't interact with that stuff, but I could not get away from it because most of the accounts I follow on my Instagram are MMA pages, and they're all posting it, and they're all throwing it out there. So you can't escape it. I get it. You can't escape it. It's out there. It's gonna come. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. It's gonna hit you right in the face as soon as you open the phone. But just because you see it doesn't mean you have to like it. Doesn't mean you have to comment. You could just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. It's like, okay, you saw it. Cool. Don't have to like it. You don't have to comment on it. Just keep scrolling. It's easy, bro. It's easy. Take a cold shower. Yeah, bro. Take a cold shower. That'll clear your mind. Jeez. Am I going to do contender series picks like last year? You bet your ass I am. You bet your ass. Chiwiwis is crazy. Chiwiwis! Made $120 from a $5 parlay this week. Well, congratulations. I'm sure you probably bet a bunch of favorites and you're cashing in there. Good luck. Good luck moving forward. Who's a lock for next week, bro? Haven't really looked, to be honest. Stay tuned for that. Bro puts on a thob for the weekend and doesn't like. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What is a THAWB? Please let me know. All right, well, enough about that. Mackenzie Dern picks up a win. I thought she won rounds 1 and 3. That's about it. That's all I'm going to say about that one. Oh, the air. I guess that does make sense. Roll forward, since maybe it was really getting to me while I was in the Arab outfit last night. And I was like, we gotta chill, boys. We gotta chill. Joel Alvarez, big performance from him. Elvis Brenner fought like an idiot though, and Joel Alvarez, I would love to see him fight a ranked guy, and I would love to see him fight Jalen Turner versus Yoel Alvarez. 2 absolute weight bullies. Put them together. One of them's got to lose. So you got to love that possibility. If it goes to a draw, who cares? But I like that. Yoel's cool. And, bro, Yoel, I'm going to try to pull this up. Oh, they don't have it. Never mind. But if you're on Tapology, go to Yoel Alvarez's profile and tell me he doesn't look like Andrew Schultz. Not his true profile picture, but if you go on the fight card and you scroll down, you see his name. He looks exactly like Andrew Schultz. It's kind of nuts. Hey, you're right about don't bet against the OVs in Abu Dhabi. You're damn right. Brother, there's loads of data supporting the LVs or just the Vs in Abu Dhabi. You don't want to go against them, boys. Going into that, they were 56-1 going into that. So yeah, you probably would have hit some L's if you went against them. If Ankalaev isn't fighting Pereira, then what are the plans? Good question, brother. I would assume the plans are, I think they want to see what happens with DDP versus Izzy. And if Izzy wins, maybe they make a trilogy in the UFC between Izzy and Pereira. Or they wait and see if Aspinall and Pereira is a possibility. But honestly, I think they just want to duck Ankalaev into this chamber to where Pereira doesn't have to fight him. And I can't blame him because obviously Ankalaev would probably shoot a takedown in the first 5 seconds, even if he says he doesn't, or even if he says he's not going to. I think he would. But yeah, I mean, Pereira's a big cash cow for them. He's a company guy. He's a guy that they want to keep winning. And I think Ankalaev is a big threat to him at 205. And I think they want to keep him as far away as possible because they're not going to benefit too much from Ankalaev being a champion. Maybe out other than an Abu Dhabi card, like what is Ankalaev going to do? Pereira's their guy right now. Who you got, DDP or Izzy? Bro, I got DDP. DDP is my boy. DDP has been my cash cow for his entire UFC career. I can't go against him. DDP is my pick. What are your thoughts on Ilya versus Holloway odds? Who will you bet on, brother? What are the odds? Did they open up odds? Let me try to find this. Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway odds. Topuria coming out the gate as minus 175. Wow. That's a bit rich. I'm not going to lie. That is a bit rich, but I do think Topuria wins. I don't know that I would bet him as a minus 175 favorite, but I do think Topuria wins. Is he donated the title shot because he's so marketable? Facts. Izzy was a champ for a long time. I don't know about donated. Definitely didn't donate. The house on Max? No, I don't think so. Damn, he's minus 205 on FanDuel. I think Topuria wins, bro. I think Topuria has shown that he can go 5 rounds against Josh Emmett. He beat the piss out of him for 5 rounds. Even if he can't knock out Max, he has very, very good boxing. Unbelievable boxing, and he hits very, very hard. So I think he could win rounds just straight up boxing, and then I think he's got a grappling advantage as well. Because Topuria was initially a wrestler. That's his first base, is wrestling. And nasty jiu-jitsu, nasty submission game. Who did I pick on Max versus Justin? I picked Max Holloway, bro. I picked Max Holloway, and not only that, I bet on him to win by a round 5 KO. It's literally, I have a poster of it right above me. It's the craziest odds I've ever hit. Plus 7,500. Max Holloway, round 5 KO. Let me see if I can show it to you. Boom. Right there. Max Holloway, round 5 KO. Plus 7,500. The ticket is literally on the poster. So I'm a believer in Max, for sure. I'm a believer, but I think Topuria is a really tough matchup. And that camera is fucked now. There we go. If Max loses, what does he do next? He should move up to 155 then. For sure. How about Gilbert Burns, a plus 126? Duh. Bro, I like that too. That's coming up. That's in like a month. A little over a month. September 7th. That's a good. I like that. Obviously, Gilbert's our boy. And I'm pulling for Gilbert, even if I wasn't betting. But you're getting dog money on Gilbert against Sean Brady, who's mainly a grappler. Gilbert's mainly a grappler. But he also has some very good stand-up as well. And I think Gilbert's a very live dog. If Max loses, what does he do next? Move up to 155. I already answered that. Nice bet on round 5-2. Tony Ferg, not fucking leaving. I ain't fucking leaving. All right. Do we really want to talk about anything else on this card, boys? Because the rest of it was pretty chat. I will say, Mirzakhanov is a beast at 205. The guy's so underrated. If he was more active, they would know about him. The guy's fun to watch. Fast as shit, hits hard, and he made easy work of Alonzo Menafield. Shamil Gaziev, still fat, still can barely breathe. Really surprised that he even made it 15 minutes. Barely, though. I mean, he was laying on him for a majority of it. So, yeah, good stuff on that. In the IG chat, book 13, Torres plus 140. If you're talking about Manuel Torres, I got to see that, bro, because Manuel Torres is a beast. Dude's a beast. I was surprised. I guess since we're talking about Topuria and Holloway, we could talk about the UFC 308 for the last 10, 15 minutes. I was surprised that Topuria Holloway is the main event at Abu Dhabi, man. Because, I mean, Abu Dhabi, of course, they're going to need a really good card. They're going to demand a really good card. And usually they want their boy Islam headlining, but Islam is injured. So they're getting, in my opinion, this is the best main event of the year. Best main event of the year, Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway. This is the fight that I have wanted ever since Holloway knocked out Justin Gaethje. Now, I wanted it before Holloway knocked him out, but after I was there live in person, watching Max Holloway knock out Justin Gaethje in the 5th round, this is the fight that I've wanted for a long time. I can't wait for it. I do think Topuria wins. We've already kind of gone over this. But, you know, Max is live, bro. Max is live. How long have I been doing UFC content? Little over 2 years. Little over 2. Umar versus Aldo? Hell no, bro. You want to see Aldo get fucking crotch sniffs for 3 rounds, 5 rounds? No, thank you, brother. No, thanks. Marab already did that. I'm good. Gane versus Volkov 2 is super interesting. I agree. It is interesting, but it also pisses me off because Cyril Gane ain't done shit to deserve that. Volkov's done everything to deserve that. And Gane's just kind of sitting there, not doing shit. Try to look this up. There it is. I'm gonna look at the stats of their first fight. Yeah, bro. I mean, I feel like Volkov could beat him. I mean, Gane's good, bro, but I just don't know how much Gane is gonna progress because it doesn't really seem like he trains that much. He's filming a fucking Netflix doc or whatever, Netflix movie. And Volkov's he's kind of in his prime right now. He's in that mode. He's been around for a long time, but like this is his chance to possibly get a title shot in the UFC. If he beats Gane, he deserves a title shot. He's what, 35? I think it's now or never, bro. I think it's now or never. But I mean, fuck it. I'll take Volkov. I'll definitely be pulling for Volkov. But Gane's a damn good kickboxer, bro. He's tough to deal with, and it'll be tough for Volkov to deal with the movement for sure. But Volkov is still very good. I think he's more dangerous. I think Volkov's a lot more dangerous on the feet than Cyril Gane. Whitaker Chimaev as well. We got to hope that Hamzat doesn't pull out. That is facts. We got to hope he doesn't pull out because whoever really knows if he's going to fight again. Dude just can't make it to a fight. And I think I'd probably go. I think I gotta go Whitaker, bro. I think I gotta go Whitaker over Chimaev. Just cuz. I'm interested to see what the betting odds are, considering all that has happened since before Chimaev pulled out. The fact that he pulled out, the fact that Whitaker got a round 1 knockout, maybe Chimaev's less of a favorite now than he was before, but we'll see. Lerone Murphy, Dan Ige. Hell of a fight. Love that fight. And Lerone is super, super good. How much bigger is Lerone? That is the question. Lerone put a beating on Edson Barbosa. And I think Dan has some of the best boxing, most underrated for sure, but some of the best boxing in the UFC. I think Dan could probably tag him on the feet, but I also think he'll have a tough time getting past the jab of Lerone Murphy because he's got a really, really long and really stiff jab. That'll be tough to get around. And I think Lerone could probably mix in some wrestling as well. God, I'm probably more worried about this movie than his fight. Probably. Isn't that just funny? Like, God, I don't even want to get into it. Never mind. I don't want to get into the whole Dana White's interview with Kevin Iole. I watched it today. It was disgusting, bro. It's disgusting. Can't believe that, bro. And then Ankalaev and Rakic. I think Rakic is live, bro. I really do. That's a hell of a fight. I think that'll be a really good fight. I think Rakic is so good. It's just tough to really gauge because he just got outdogged by Yuri his last fight. And the fact that Pereira made it look so easy knocking out Yuri pretty much both times. And then for Rakic to hit Yuri with everything that he hit him with in that fight, still not knock him out, and then just get completely outdogged, it's a bad look. It's a bad look for Rakic and like just his overall ability to put someone away straight up. So I got to go Ankalaev for an early pick on that one. Some really other good other fights. Fakhretdinov and Ruzaboyev. Kind of a weird one, though. Why the hell is... I mean, Fakhretdinov should fucking murder him. Straight up. Fakhretdinov should murder him. Ruzaboyev getting taken down by Buckley. Fakhretdinov should get him take down in the first 5 seconds. Rogerio de Lima going... Oh, no, he's not. No, Kennedy and Nzechukwu. Kennedy and Nzechukwu going up to 265. He's going up to heavyweight. That's wild. I wonder what he's going to weigh in at. But against Rogerio de Lima, I think Rogerio de Lima could probably fucking KO him. Okay. Jeff Neal and RDA, that's a good fight too. I think Jeff probably beats him though. I like Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal's always been a sleeper of mine. Good fighter. Really good boxer. Really good. All right, boys. We've been through our rants. UFC 307 main event predictions. Shit. UFC 307 main event predictions. I was just thinking about this because I thought it would be Topuria Holloway, but then Islam got injured, so they moved that there. But I think that would probably be a fucking women's MMA main event, which would be absolutely disgusting. It's either that or they put Pantoja there as well. But I've heard from Pantoja. I know Pantoja doesn't want to fight until like December. And to push that up to be what, October? Early October would seem a little bit fast. So I don't know that Pantoja is gonna fight there. I mean, shit, you might have to have fucking Pereira step in again. You might have to have Pereira step up and fight in October and save the 307 card. Otherwise, they're just going to throw it away and they're going to make a women's main event. And they're going to put Raquel Pennington and Juliana Pena. And that's just going to be disgusting. But they could probably do that because that's an October pay-per-view, beginning of October. And then they have another pay-per-view probably 2 or 3 weeks after that. So I'm assuming UFC 307 is in Salt Lake City. And I'm assuming they're going to put Raquel Pennington, Juliana Pena as the main event. So, sucks to be in Salt Lake City, I guess. I don't think they would waste a good champion like Pereira to step in and fight there. I think they just say, fuck it. And let's put Raquel Pennington, Juliana Pena as the main event. We'll put a good co-main event in there as well. And then we have another pay-per-view like 2 or 3 weeks later, UFC Abu Dhabi. Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know who they would put against Pereira. I guess maybe Blachowicz. I guess you can't even say Blachowicz. You can't even say Jamal Hill either. So nobody really. Nobody. So they're fucked. They're fucked. I guess we're fucked because we're gonna have to watch freaking Juliana Pena, Raquel Pennington for a main event of a pay-per-view. Disgusting. Disgusting stuff. But I'm gonna hop out of here, boys. Appreciate y'all for watching. Wouldn't be here without you. So appreciate you. Hit that like button for me if you enjoyed. We'll be back here next Sunday. Stay tuned to the channel. Official picks coming. The best bet show coming Friday night. So make sure to stay tuned for those. Till next time, hey, Jive Picks.